Today I'm going to talk about the M.E.A.L format, which is specifically for body paragraphs or single paragraphs. So if you are in English Skills Support, which is English 001, this is an example of the paragraphs that you are going to write for the class. There are 5 total. If you are in English 111, this is an example for your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th paragraphs, not your intro and not your conclusion. So for those paragraphs, remember, not introduction and not conclusion, you're going to start off with the M. The M stands for main idea. It is your topic sentence. So again, this is your body paragraph. The M is your first sentence. It's usually one sentence of a paragraph. It's the most important one because it includes all the main ideas and the points that the paragraph will address. So when you're writing your topic sentence, you want to look at your thesis statement. Or if you're in English 001, you want to consider what that paragraph is going to be mainly about and describe it and the points in that sentence. It may begin in a transitional word or phrase when it is a part of a longer essay. However, that really depends on the paragraph. It is not the same as a thesis statement. A topic sentence follows a thesis statement. So basically a topic sentence just controls that one paragraph, whereas a thesis statement would control a whole essay. So an example here would be poor food and exercise habits can cause obesity to become a problem for an individual. Here we have our point, which is that there are some causes, poor food and exercise, that are causing obesity. So now that we have a topic sentence, we have to prove it. And this is where E, or evidence, comes into play. The type of evidence depends on the assignment. For example, if you are completing a research paragraph or essay, then your E is probably going to be quotes, research, statistic, something more formal. The E should be the first point for your topic sentence. So our first point was about obesity being caused by poor eating habits and lack of exercise. So now we have to prove that somehow. You usually want to start with a transition or a transitional phrase. In the example, I used firstly. You can use however, another example. There are many different transitional phrases you can use. An E has to be accompanied by an A, analysis, which we'll discuss in a moment. You can't have an E without an A. And it can be several sentences. So just because my example here is just one doesn't mean that you are limited to just one. The example states, firstly, many working adults have less time to prepare a nutritious meal and may have to eat quickly instead. This is going to be our first point, first evidence towards our topic sentence. Then with an E comes an A, analysis. The analysis further discusses and proves the E, which is the evidence, and proves the M, which is the topic sentence. So basically it's an elaboration. It can be several sentences, and it can also begin with a transition. Here's our example. Therefore, many adults stop at a fast food restaurant, which is usually unhealthy, on the way home to feed their families and have time for other obligations. The fast food industry success and prevalence shows how popular this pattern is for American families. So this analysis here further proves or helps prove the evidence. It's an elaboration. It doesn't just repeat it. It doesn't just repeat what the evidence says. It adds to it. Now, you will need to use more than one E and one A. So remember, they come together, so they're a set. Typically, you're going to use 3. So three E's and 3 A's to sufficiently prove your topic sentence. So your paragraph will typically look like the setup below. You'll have your topic sentence, You'll have your E and your A, and then another E and A, and another E and A, and then a link. It's important to remember that each E and A, the evidence and analysis, should be distinctly different from each other. However, they should all be proving that topic sentence. So you don't want to just use the same sort of evidence. Each evidence should support that topic sentence in a different way. Then you wrap it all up with a link or summary. It's usually the last sentence, and it's usually one sentence. Don't just repeat the information that you've already stated throughout the entire paragraph. Instead, end strongly and conclude this paragraph with a relevant prediction or a plausible solution. So here's an example. Although obesity continues to be a health issue among Americans, many adults have started to educate themselves and are taking strides to eat more nutritionally balanced meals and exercise more frequently. In this example, we are starting to have a solution for the obesity problem. It still stays on task though, because it's still about obesity and overeating and not exercising enough. However, it's kind of opening this paragraph up for a sequel, per se. And that's how you use the M.E.A.L format.